Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Code X podcast. We are back as usual. I'm your host, Sonny Kruger, and joining me today is my usual co-host from the start, Jamie Wojcik.
It is good to be back. I know we say it a
It
lot
is,
because we
yeah.
have taken time off before, but this is the longest, and we
This is the
are back.
longest. Over a month. It has been quite a time. I'm glad to be back. And yeah, today we will be reviewing What If Miles Morales Became Captain America. We'll go over the topic of the week. If you could work on any comic, what would you do differently? Obviously, over the past month, there's been quite a bit of comic book news, so we decided on only picking up a few things that seem to have the most people talking. And yeah, today we are back to the usual schedule, and we will even have some Do You Know for each other.
Yes, back to the well greatness of Do You Know? I hate it sometimes. I really do.
I think we all love pretty much when we win is the best time.
No, because even when I win, I lose sometimes. I don't know how. It just works out that way.
It got away. It got away to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so before I would like to mention that me being the host, I do like to mention to everyone if there's a time that I've been missing, and obviously I've been gone for over a month. We've been gone from the podcast, but I've been gone from the whole station for over a
Yeah.
month. So with life, things have been not going the best for me. I lost my great grandmother, and then a week later, my dog slash brother Dexter, who has appeared on the show before. Even last time in episode 50, he was laying around in the back. My dog Dexter has passed away, so I needed some time to get off. It was literally funerals and eulogies and everything, and so eventually I'm back now, and it was good to get back to reading comic books. And I do admit this show was something I'm like I need to get back to. As down as I may be, and sometimes that life obviously gets you down. We do have to continue on. Thank you very much. But yeah, in life, you got to carry on. And I'm like, even if I'm down, I'll carry on. And I'm going to make it back to this show. The Codex podcast will continue. I'm going to make sure to get back here. And yeah, so I'm making sure that we're going to have a great show today. I'm glad to be back. And I see we've updated a lot. And I know, Jamie, you've been up to a lot of things too. You've been up to, I think it's been a bit more nice for you this past month than it has been for me. So I want to hear what you've been up to.
I mean, I wouldn't say nice. There's still always something in the background going on that you don't really talk about. I would say, for at least me, I'm not a really big talker on that stuff. Um, but no, it's just a change in job and uh, leaving one, going to the new one. Basically, had a bachelor party, um, and then went to go visit my family for about, I think it was like a week. Oh, mom, hi.
Thank you, Mom.
But no, I don't know. Other than that, it's just been kind of like the days have blurred together. That's all I can really say. Like everything's
Yeah.
just one big day, and I'm just like, I kind of took like a mini nap, and I woke up, and it was from August 1st to the 31st now.
Yeah. It did fly by. That's one thing with the month is it did fly by.
Yeah, and it, I don't know, it just flew by way too quick. Like I feel like next month's already gonna be over by tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll say, hey, next week. And then we'll say, no, you'll say, Sonny, it's actually been a month.
Yeah,
We're
it's
in October
December,
now.
bro.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a hoodie right now. What are you doing?
Yeah. What are you wearing for Halloween? And what are we getting each other for Christmas? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the
Oh, Happy
turkey.
New Year,
There's the
by the
Christmas
way.
tree. Yeah. Yeah. The
So,
way life
but
is going. Yeah.
no, other than
Time is
that,
flying by.
yeah, nothing too much to report. I mean, we'll be talking a lot more about what's been going on in our works for today, because we have had a couple things happen since everyone had left. Um, but yeah, I mean, let's get on with some news, dude. Let's get out of this funk and let's get into some good stuff.
Well, some may call it. We might still be in a bit of a funk when we talk about comic news. And
No,
if
I forgot about
you
all
were
that.
excited, if you were excited about Batgirl, the movie that has already been over $90 million has already been spent on it. If you didn't know, Batgirl, the movie has been canceled. Yes,
Ah,
the movie Leslie Grace is going to play Batgirl, and looks like now we will not see it. It'll be one of those movies that we wonder how would it have been. I know a lot of people are really excited to see Michael Keaton return as Batman, and now we'll have to see that in another movie. But yeah, Batgirl has been canceled. I think that's a huge loss. What do you think about that?
I'm not upset entirely about it. They did show a still that got me wondering because it was literally Batgirl and then Michael Keaton's Batman and a couple other characters, or it was J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon.
Gordon. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all standing there, and I was like, oh, what if? What? I
Yeah.
wonder what happened here in this scene. But then I was like, I kind of forgot about it, so it didn't really bother me anymore. The thing that really upsets me is that I did not get to see Brendan Fraser's Firefly. I think that was the most upsetting part because he did such a good job as Robot Man on Doom Patrol. I wanted to see him take over another villain slot and see how well that goes. So,
Yeah. So
I mean, that's really the only upsetting part about it. But it does suck because Blue Beetle is still on the way, and that's
yes.
still
Yeah.
coming out. Just now with the new movement of what is it, Discovery merging with Warner Brothers, they have made a lot of changes to who's running what, and especially the movie realm. There's been this whole restore the Snyderverse outlash now, so we're back to that. Um, but there's a new 10-year plan in place for movies, and I don't think Batgirl fit that scheme of things. I think after the Flash, we're just getting a flip all the way around.
Yeah, like you've been saying with the Flash, it will be like Flashpoint. I agree with you on that one. I
Or
think
it's
they're
just going to be
gonna
the
do
end.
reset
And
it all.
then, yeah, and we're going to reset whether Flashpoint says it or not.
Okay, yeah,
You
I
know,
think I agree. I do see Flashpoint is doing it, and like you said, that yeah, Warner Bros. Had a lot is changing. Even to that, the Scooby Doo movie was called Scoob Holiday Hunt. That's also been canceled. So I think it has a lot of people wondering what else will be canceled. And now we do know something else was canceled. Jamie, what would you like to tell everybody what it was?
no, not at all. Gotham Knights was canceled.
That
um,
didn't last long. The
no,
hype for that.
once the preview came out for it, or the trailer, I think they immediately canceled it. I was really upset because I wanted to see Misha Collins as Harvey Dent and see if he turns into Two Face or not. But other than that, it was like the dumbest setup to a story you could ever imagine.
Yeah, I remember when I
Like,
was reading the YouTube comments, nobody was excited for it.
and I do agree with the comments below.
Yeah, see, I think everyone. Yeah, I don't think that's one where we were talking about getting out of a funk and things going not so good. I think that's actually something that has a lot of people happy.
That's the best thing that could have happened because I wouldn't have watched it. Maybe except for the Misha Collins playing Harvey Dent, but other than that, there would have been no way of me going into that because Bruce Wayne has a son that no one knew about, and he lives in the mansion, but Bruce is dead.
Yeah, and everybody else has the kids around the same exact time.
Yeah,
They're all around the
and
same exact age. Yeah.
and they're like, oh, we got saved by who? Selena Kyle's kid. Your sister? Not sister? What's going on here? I can't figure it out. Like, there's no map to trace where we're going here. It was just,
Yes.
it was one thing after another that made that 3 minutes of my life unbearable. And thank God someone saw that and went, the CW is just done. It was like Riverdale for Batman at that point.
Yeah.
It just was not worth it anymore to see. Like, you already got Riverdale. We don't need it in Batman form. We had Gotham. What? There's no point anymore. You had it. And now you're trying to rekindle it. There's no point. Thank God they canceled that. I'm just so happy.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's a good thing that many of us can agree on is that many people are happy about Gotham Knights being canceled. So it looks like it will not happen. It's a what if that not many people are even going to think about. Batgirl, I think that's a movie that a lot of people are going to wonder, like you said, how would it have been? How would the performances have been? Gotham Knights, I think everyone pretty much already knows that it would have been a show that not too many would have enjoyed. So that is canceled.
Right. And, talking about what ifs, I think this is a perfect time to segue into, like, who else could have played Harley Quinn in life? And, Sonny, who did they pick for Joker 2?
They have picked Lady Gaga to play Harley Quinn in The Joker 2. So far, it's set to be released October 4th, 2024. So it's still a long time away. But on Lady Gaga's Twitter account, she posted it was a little quick video. It said Phoenix, Gaga, and it said for the Joker 2, and I actually think she'll be a very good pick for Harley Quinn. She's shown over the years she's been improving a lot as an actress, and
She's
when
also
that
batshit.
yeah,
That
she's not afraid to get crazy and to look all wild. So I think she's gonna do a really good job. I'd be surprised if she didn't. I think she's actually a very good casting for the role. I think Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix together are gonna be a good. I think they're gonna have a lot of good chemistry on camera, and I'm looking forward to the movie. I think that the first one I enjoyed. It was very different from the usual superhero style we're used to, but I thought it's still a very good movie, and I'm excited for the second one. Even though I'm gonna have
yeah,
to wait more than 2 years for it.
right. Who knows? They might move that time up, that time frame. It was just a slot that they had for the time. But I mean, that casting, I don't know how the off-screen relationship chemistry is going to be because both of them have their own ways of doing things. But on screen, I think they'll mesh up pretty well. I think if this was 10 years ago, I could see it with how Lady Gaga was, how she would dress, she came out in steaks as a dress one time.
Yes.
Steaks. And like that would have been the moment. Like once I saw that, yes, that's 100% I'm for it. Now she's more just a normal superstar doing her own thing. Um, I mean, Kevin has mentioned her being in A Star Is Born was awesome. She did a great job, and she did. So I'm really enticed to see how she does. Obviously, this is an Elseworlds kind of a story. This isn't like a continuity aspect to it at all. It doesn't have any of the like potential of being like its own world. I feel like this would be just the second movie and it's going to be done. But with her being cast in it, I think it's going to ramp up a lot of thought processes on how they're going to do those movies forward. So I'm excited for it, regardless. I like the first Joker.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Like how you mentioned her at the award shows. I wonder maybe she'll do something crazy in a Harley. I could see her showing up in a Harley Quinn outfit. And I gotta say, I do love how, if you've seen the interviews with Joaquin Phoenix before, just throughout the years, how he pretty much trolls interviewers, and
Yeah.
they're trying to be funny, and he's like, you've really hurt my feelings, and they feel so awkward with him. I love how he messes with all like
The
TV
best one was
hosts and
him
things
on
like
was
that.
it Jimmy Fallon when Fallon's like asking him a question and he's like, seriously, Jimmy, this is what
Yeah,
you're gonna ask me? I'm an actor. Like I
yeah.
act.
And he's like, I was seriously a beatboxer or something like that. Like I did it. You're laughing at me, but I was serious. And they don't know because he is such a good actor that they don't know if he's messing with them or not, and they don't want to look bad.
Right.
So he's always fun to see. And yeah, so two very talented, an actor and a very talented actress as well. So I think the movie's going to be really good.
I
We'll
think
get more
so
on that
too.
soon. Yeah,
Yeah, and as more comes out, obviously we're gonna keep up with it. But it's 2 years away. Right now, who knows who else is gonna be in the movie
yeah. I
at
wonder
that
who
time?
else.
Yeah.
And speaking of Wonder, real quick, it was mentioned on the pre-show about that Wonder Man series and how we were mentioning that some people's favorite characters in Iron Man 3, Trevor Slatterly is going to be back in there. Ben Kingsley's character will be returning in Wonder Man.
Yes.
And how we were talking about earlier, I think it's better if just not to have such a big role like in Iron Man 3, but more like in Shang-Chi where he was comedic and in there a little bit. I think
Oh,
that's
you
what
mean
it
you
was.
mean Iron Fist? I'm still dying on that hill.
One day they got to have a battle. Iron
What
Fist and Shang-Chi. And
and Iron Fist just wipes the floor with them because both of them they made the same movie with the TV show. So we'll go from there.
yeah, so we will have more updates on that soon. But there have been a lot of updates with us, with Code X, with our works. And like I was mentioning earlier, things weren't going so good for me, but in life you carry on. And I did get some good news over the time. I've been a writer for more than 10 years and almost on the 10-year mark. On
Mm-hmm.
August 29th, 2012, I started writing my story of Dead. And on August 14th, 2022, I won my first writing award. It's the first time for any kind of writing award. And it was for Dead, for Best Television Script in the Sweet Demo- in the Sweet Democracy Film Awards. So,
I thought
Jamie,
you were
I
gonna
got
say
myself another
another
PDF
PDF.
trophy. Yes, I'm like
Oh God,
definitely
more
gonna tell Jamie
participation
about more
trophies than
more
PDF
more
awards.
PDF trophies. First one for writing though, and I thought it was fitting that it was my first story ever. That I'm like, I gotta mention that I stuck with it. I believed in it. Little edits here and there to make it look and seem nicer. Oh, I can correct this grammar wise. And in the end of the day, look that I stuck with it, and now I've won an award with it.
Mhm.
So I still look forward to moving that story forward. But Code X has really been moving forward. We've got a website and everything. Jamie, I'll let you take it away with Code X news.
Yeah, we got a website.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm kidding. No, but no, we've updated it a lot. Obviously, the production looks a lot better. We've moved to Restream. We're not on generic Zoom anymore. I wanted to keep moving forward on everything. Sorry, I keep getting these little gnats. They're bothering the hell out of me. But no, we're even though we weren't here, I was still working on trying to get us a little bit farther each and every week. Something new, something different. Obviously, like I said, you guys go check out thecodexstation.com, your one-stop shop for everything Codex, especially the merch. You can find the team there, and you can check out on everything that we are on. And hopefully at the end of this week, we'll be updated on Spotify because we're about like 20 episodes behind. Let's see, what else?
you had quite an interview not too long ago.
Oh, yeah, we had A.L. Kaplan on, Alan Kaplan. That was cool. He was really, really down to earth. He had a lot of fun with him. Yeah, it was one of those interviews where it wasn't like, for those who don't know, Jamie internally freaks out before every episode of anything. Like, I have a massive panic attack before every single one. And then once we get in, it's like the adrenaline kicks in. I'm going, we're live. Yeah, it's good. Then afterwards, I'm like no one knows. As soon as I hit the end, I'm just like laying there.
We did it. Now you can breathe.
Right, but with Kaplan, it was just like so, like on point the entire time. So that was a great interview. I love doing that one. We're gonna have more coming soon, hopefully within the next 2 months. I don't want to name names yet because I don't want to give up anyone's hopes, but we do have a couple people in the pipeline. So it is going to be a fun-filled time for Codex and the whole station as an overview. We're gonna have 2 new shows coming out. We've kind of been revamping shows, trying to get everything. There's been a new structure. We did bring on Sal from Sal's Comic Corner. Go check that out on his YouTube channel for After Darks now. So he is going to be a permanent member of After Dark.
Welcome aboard, Sal.
Yeah, buddy. Well deserved. And we are doing the podcast after a month. So yeah, that's about all that I got going on for the artworks. And Sonny's got his merch.
Hoodies. Yeah, there's some hoodies right there. As you can see quickly.
Yeah, as I showed them off a month and a half ago.
As you did, but I want to show them just to show them again in case anybody forgot.
No, it's because Sonny finally bought one like a week ago, and he's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna show it off that I finally bought one.
I was gonna make the commercial for it, but then we said we're gonna have some more stuff. So
yeah, and that's something we're also in the works on too, is getting new merchandise out there. The first wave went great, or the second wave I feel like it's gonna do just as good. So that should be coming soon as well. So hopefully I'm saying by October 1st, we're going to have a few new things. Nice. No, Kevin, we do not need a hat because those are expensive and I had to buy those in quantities. I can't just have those shipped out. I want a hat too, trust me. No, but yeah, other than that, man, it's just been it. Even though we weren't live for the weeks, there's still been a lot I've been working on, and it's just it's never gonna stop. I miss being on here, miss doing the shows, missed editing. I didn't think I'd ever say that in my whole life. But no, with like the new job and everything, I have more days off, so now I got more time to put towards it, which is great.
Yeah. So, and if anything does change, like I said, with working job or anything like that, we will update everyone like on Facebook to say, hey, this week maybe it will be an episode on a Tuesday instead of a Wednesday. So always keep up with us on our social media.
I believe that's the only thing that's going to change. Like next next week, for anyone that's watching live right now, will be on Tuesday instead of Wednesday. Yes. And then After Dark will be this week, if you're watching live, on Friday instead of Saturday, and then next week's going to be on Saturday. So it's always going to alternate every other week. So, but yeah, man, I'm excited to see what happens next. I'm excited for your freaking PDF award again.
Thank you.
Do you
I've
still
been
have
off
the
of
one we
social media
won?
for a while, but I'll post it. The one, what one?
Do you still have the one we won that you made?
Oh yes, it's right here somewhere around. Oh, yeah, the one that was in episode 50.
Yeah.
Let's see if I. Yeah, okay. It's not right around. I'll have to find
Okay.
it.
No
Another
worries.
time.
But yeah, it was Oh yeah, we're gonna make announcements of Comic Character of the Day too, guys. By the way, if you haven't checked out Comic Character of the Day yet, please do. It's a great community, great group of people. We're in there. You can chat with us all day or not. And yeah, get some nerd on that one. That one's a great group to do that on. So, oh, you found it.
There we go.
Yeah.
I had to.
Oh look, you spelled podcast wrong.
No, that was right. Podcast.
Yeah.
That was one subject I was very good at in school, was spelling. So I still got.
That's why you're a writer.
Yeah, and then every now and then, when you're writing at night and you're so fast, I'll look and I'll be like, "How did I get that wrong?"
Yeah, you look and you're like, editing. Spell check.
Yeah, that's why there's editing. You go back and you read and edit, and then go back again and again and again. That's part of being a writer. And then we're like, with the show, we edit and we go back. Yeah, this could look a little better. This.
Yeah, we could change this up.
But now with
Restream, it makes it easier. Yeah. Restream, if you want us sponsored, hit us up.
Yeah, so when you're passionate enough about something, you care about it. Like you said, sometimes you get a bit nervous about it. Sometimes you even have to create things yourself and use that creative mind. But I think that brings us on to our topic of the week. When it comes to things you're passionate enough about and creating things, our topic of the week this week is, if you could work on any comic, what would you do differently? And as usual, Jamie has the top 3 comments in no particular order.
There you go. We haven't missed a beat there. So we got Ryan Marks, Legion of Superheroes. I would make it a multiverse team, sort of like the Legion of Three Worlds, but with all the versions. You would have the Brainiac Fives all linked together to determine who is the best Legionnaire for any of the missions there would be. It would also allow for tie-in books to tell a more holistic story for each version. Then we have Dennis Wiseman, Tomb of Dracula, pick up on issue 71 before they made the poor decision to cancel the highest-selling horror comic to go to magazine format. Have Dracula survive 70 and spend a few years rising back to power. Cool. And lastly, Scott Gardner, Superman. I scrape off the garbage of the last 20 years of publishing history and restore him back to his former glory. But then again, thank you guys who all commented. If you want, your guys' stuff, we posted in Comic Character of the Day. So we'll be posting another topic of the week here shortly. Go on there, comment, and see if we can get you up on here.
Yeah. All right. So, Jamie, you got our top 3 comments. And now I will go. For me, I thought it was an interesting topic. What would I do now, especially since I tend to lean more towards the older comics, but I do still know what's going on now. Maybe not as well as everybody, but one thing I would change is I would go towards X-Men. And now I felt with Krakoa, with Krakoa, how it's Krakoa, the living island, how Krakoa is able to bring back mutants as soon as they die. They basically just come right back. I would change that. I would either make it either they kill Krakoa or just Krakoa can't do that anymore, because when you're able to just die and come right back, it takes away like any kind of worry you have. Like, oh, what's at risk? If this character dies, they're just gonna come right back. So if you got rid of that when they couldn't come back, it makes the stakes higher. It makes you care about the characters more. It makes the storylines a lot bigger. If something happens to someone and oh man, this character is going to be gone for at least a long time.
Yeah, at least another 3 months.
Yeah,
3 issues.
3 issues, or you see them, and then
next panel.
Next month or something, there's an Elseworlds version.
Well, I think they're doing that. You're going to be doing that here shortly with the events of Avengers, X-Men, and Eternals.
Okay.
So
We will
it
see.
looks like it's leading that way.
We will see. I will have to check that out and see if I can tell. Maybe I'll change my answer. But for right now, that's my answer, and yeah,
Mhm.
we'll see how it goes. And like I said, we'll see what's going on with the X-Men Eternals War. Jamie, what would you change if there's a comic you could work on? What would you change?
Oh Lord. The latest Green Lantern series that was with Jon Stewart that spun out of Future State. Um, I feel like if I could change something, I would have made it a Green Lantern Corp book because they were going back and forth between trying to find the Corp and then have Hal Jordan in there a little bit and then throw in another Lantern here, X Lantern there, and then it spiraled back to Jon Stewart, who was the main character of the book, but really didn't shine until the end of the book. So I would make it a big Green Lantern Corp like renewal book rather than just a solo. Hey, now because he at the end, if you haven't read it, spoilers, he becomes the Emerald Knight, and they're coming out with a series based on that, where that should have been the series then, and what it should have been called, in my eyes. So I would say I would change that to an actual corpse book rather than just a solo.
Okay. And there's a topic of the week. And like I said, on Comic Character of the Day, we will be posting another topic of the week within the next few days. And then
Mm-hmm.
next episode, we will go over it, and you might be one of the top 3 comments picked that we mention on the show.
Yeah, and definitely jump in that group so that way we can do that too.
Yeah, it's a great group. A lot of fun, a lot of good conversations, and you'll learn a lot about comics. I know I've learned a lot about comics from seeing things and people mention, this storyline, and then I said, wait, I should check out that storyline.
Yeah.
Mail call.
Yeah, mail call.
Yeah. And now, Jamie, do you know what time it is?
Us to end the stream finally? No, I'm kidding.
No, we got some more things before we get to the review. We have our game of Do You Know? It's been a long time, man.
Yeah. Now you're first up for this one, aren't you?
In the notes, it says you are first
Oh,
up.
then I'm going first. So let's start this game off the right way. So we all know, well, as of right now, we are reviewing Miles Morales. What if he became Captain America? So in the main story, his uncle becomes a Prowler. But Sonny, do you know the original name of the Prowler before it was his uncle?
The original?
The original character that was the Prowler.
Hobie Brown or Hobie Brown.
Was that one of your questions for me?
I was gonna go with it was similar to it, so that's why I was.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
There's your point.
So there's the point.
You're like, I had the same one.
Well, it's pretty similar, so you might get it. My question for you is, since we're on the topic of the Prowler, what is the first appearance of the original Prowler?
Oh my God, is it the Amazing Spider-Man 78?
You are correct.
Yes.
So there we go. A good start for the both of us. Okay.
All right. So my second question. We all know Moon Knight, and I had a question about this before, but it was a true or false question. Now, we all know Moon Knight has a daughter now. Sonny, what is her name?
Ooh. Well, let's see how good my guessing skills are because I didn't know he had a daughter.
Yeah, we had this. We had this on a previous episode where it was a true or false question.
Oh man, yeah. Well, like I said, my mind's been all over the place, so I need to find it back and to figure out that. I'm just gonna say Diana.
Ooh, you're wrong.
Ooh, close, but wrong. Way off.
Yeah, well, it's Beatrice.
Okay, well,
Marlene let her name herself after the fact, so that way she didn't know, like, Mark Spector couldn't find her or Moon Knight because it was his other personality's daughter, Jake Lockley's.
Okay. So Beatrice. So I wasn't so far. My guess wasn't the most ridiculous guess.
You went D, and I was like, oh, he's got this. Don't have this.
So my guessing skills are okay, but maybe they're a little off. So I get that one wrong. Okay. Jamie, like I said, we're on to what if Miles Morales had become Captain America. So now, do you know the first appearance of Miles Morales?
Of Miles Morales or Miles Morales to Spider-Man?
It's of Miles Morales.
Oh, God. Was it Original Sin 6?
So
Or no, it would have been Ultimate. No, Ultimate Fallout 4 was the first appearance of him as Spider-Man. I think. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with. Yeah.
So if it's gonna be the mixer, if you look at,
I think it's Original Sin.
So then, so now that you mention it, when you look it up and you see Miles Morales' first appearance, it shows up like I said, the Ultimate Fallout number 4.
Yeah, but that's him in the Spider-Man costume.
So then, okay, so since that's the one and you mentioned it,
yeah,
I think I should give that one to you.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take it.
Yeah, like, that's what shows up when you're looking up. I have Ultimate Fallout number 4. Yeah, so
yeah, because I think the first appearance of Miles Morales is Original Sin number 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, and since you've gone into detail about it, I will give you the point.
Thank you.
Point so well needed. 2-1. Yeah, so well deserved. If you can explain it well. All right. So now in the last round, it's 2-1. Time for me to tie this thing up.
Okay. So, Sonny, we were just talking about Green Lanterns a couple minutes ago with our topic of the week. Sonny, do you know what is the name of the Green Lantern that premiered in the series Far Sector?
I'll just say Jade.
No, it's Jo Mullein. She is the newest Green Lantern. She had her own series with was it Scott Campbell or not Scott Campbell? Jamal
Bruce
Campbell.
Jamal Campbell.
Yeah. And that was the first time I didn't even know who she was. I just saw like it looked like a Green Lantern on the cover, and I was like, "Hey, that guy was like a Green Lantern." It was, and I picked it up.
What was her name?
It's Sojourner Mullein, but they call her Jo.
Okay. All right, so there we go. Well, Jamie, you've won, but we still have. You can still make it. You could get a 3 out of 3. Right?
I'll take the 3 out of 3 if I can.
So let's see if Jamie gets that 3 out of 3. And in this story we'll be going over today, we're dealing with the character. The villain is Grayskull, who is Alonzo Lonnie Lincoln. Now, do you know which character? What is his character name in Marvel's Earth 616?
I'll just stick with the 2. I like the 2 points better than 3. No, when you say every time I think of Grayskull, all that pops in my head is Skeletor. So give me a second. I can't. On the top of my head, I can't remember.
Who is Lonnie Lincoln? Any guess?
Lonnie Lincoln, Spider-Man's attorney.
Well, he deals with Spider-Man, but he is. When you said I'll take 2, I thought you were going to say Tombstone.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Is it?
He's the character of Tombstone in the 616.
Okay. Now I remember that one.
No 3 out of 3, but you still got me on 2-1. And all right, now I'm gonna have to get you back next week. But today, I applaud you in your victory.
I applaud myself as well.
All right, so there you go. Do you know what? Even though I didn't win this one, it's still so good to be back playing it.
Felt great, even though I won for once.
And we're always, the one thing I do love about it is that we're always learning. If there's a question we don't know, I'm like, okay, now I know it.
Yeah, now I gotta go look up Tombstone's first appearance.
Yeah, now that I've lost, now we've gotten this question wrong in front of millions of people watching.
Millions.
Now we need to make sure we know it so the next time it's brought up to us, which might not ever get brought up to us again.
No,
but
never.
That is, do you know? And now we go into reviewing that comic book we were talking about a lot during our Do You Know, and that is, what if Miles Morales became Captain America? Okay.
Now, for those of you who don't know, there's a quick little pretense that I want to put in here, is that we picked this as a one-issue thing. This is actually a 5-part series. So, guys, if you get a chance to, this is 1 out of 5, so go check out the rest.
Yes, this is very good. I will start off our review. So, what if Miles Morales
fast, Sonny, I just want to say, shout out. Thank you, Wesley. Thank you for joining the show.
Thank you.
We do appreciate it. Hopefully you subscribe and stay around a little bit longer because we've got a lot more shows for you.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, not just here on Wednesdays, many days throughout the week. Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, many other days as well. Am I missing another day?
Well, I work on the 8:25 schedule. So, it kind of...
Like you said, subscribe and you'll be updated on whenever there's episodes and things like that. And now, okay, I will start us off on this review of What If Miles Morales Became Captain America. It is written by Cody Ziegler. The artist is Paco Medina. And the inkers are Walden Wong, Victor Elizaba, and Sean Parsons. The color artist is Chris Sotomayor. And the letterer is VC's Corey Pettit. Okay, so now we can get on to the story. Obviously, this is a what if story. So first, we find out how Miles Morales became Captain America, and we find out that it was his uncle, Aaron Davis, who stole the serum, and then Miles found it in the refrigerator, and that's how he got it. That's how he got these powers, and then eventually became Captain America. And on a mission, his uncle had seemingly died, which is something that haunted him, but he eventually moved on, and then we see that he is dealing with there is the Prowler is going after a building with the Prowler and all of his men, his guys by him, and we have Miles Morales and the Falcon, who is actually Tiana Toombs.
Mm-hmm.
They together team up. They fight the Prowler, but the Prowler still blows the building up. And then we see after that Sam Wilson is actually in charge of Shield now.
Yes.
They go over what's going on, tell us about Grayskull, what he's after. They're going after him. I won't get too into details about that, but we move on to the story. Miles is having a video call with his parents, and then Tiana's there. He kind of ends the call quickly, and then we see as the readers that Miles and Tiana are actually in a relationship together, but then they're called onto their mission to take on Grayskull, who is with the Prowler, and then they come across some of the symbiotes, and then there's a little fight, but the Prowler kind of takes him out very quickly. I was a little surprised at how fast with his ball with electricity, he just took him out. And then we find out that Grayskull is using, he has the Tinker they've created. They have this machine, and it's to get Grayskull to enter any dimension he wants to. So then Miles Morales as Captain America and Tiana Toombs as Falcon, they go there. A battle ensues. We see a lot going on. Mostly the Prowler. We find out that the Prowler is actually Aaron Davis, Miles' uncle, who he thought was dead. And then
didn't they try to use him as the Winter Soldier?
In
that, I feel like there's a reference to it. Never mind. Sorry. Go ahead.
No problem. Yeah, maybe I'd have to read it again. I don't remember catching one, but so yeah, there's a battle ensues, and then obviously Captain America, Miles Morales, Captain America, takes on Grayskull, and then he's about to go in any dimension. And I don't want to give too much of the ending away, but there is a part where the orb, how would you call it? The
almost like the Tesseract.
Cube, yeah, like the Tesseract. And Captain America uses his shield as the one thing he believes that can stop it. And we see the image of all kinds of other dimensions, all other Miles Moraleses in other dimensions. And we see him as Wolverine. We get the image of him as Wolverine, Thor, Hulk, and I think still Spider-Man too, right?
Yeah, there's another Spider-Man there as well.
So he sees the multiple versions of himself. And if you want to know more about it, I say to check out the comic of What If Miles Morales Had Become Captain America. I think it is a good one. Like I said, the interesting thing about us is you read it knowing that it's a 5-part series.
Yeah.
Whereas I read it just thinking, oh, it's all different what ifs. Just if Miles Morales was this character, that character, that character. But at the end of this, I realized, and anybody reading it would know, okay, this isn't just different what ifs. This is a whole storyline that all goes together. And I thought it was actually pretty cool. Like for me, I liked it, the story. Thought it was good. There was a bit of a surprising ending for me, then realizing, okay, this is a whole story arc. What ifs usually didn't do that. The one time I remember they did was with Timequake, where they had, I think it was about 5 issues that connected together with the Watcher, but usually it was just different stories all the time.
Yeah.
So I think it was interesting. I liked it, like the artwork. The one thing I didn't really care for was when they would use slang. I think that's something still in comics that is kind of off, that a lot of
hit or miss
about,
depending on how they use it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot still need a lot of improvement on it. That sometimes it feels like it doesn't seem authentic.
When it doesn't seem like that's true to the character. Especially there's another issue in this series I won't speak about. But they used it to the extent where I'm like, this is not this character at all. Either
Yeah.
character, let's just put it that way.
Yeah, and that's one thing too, where I almost feel the one thing I didn't like is obviously because Miles Morales is a character of color, they almost sometimes it almost feels like they say, "Oh, this character has to speak like this." Like,
Yeah, like
there's
to
nothing
over
that
amplify it.
yeah, like there's nothing that says because he's a color he can't have perfect English and be really intelligent. So I don't know why they sometimes need to add that in, or they feel they need to add it in. That's the biggest thing that put me off with it. But I said, other than that, which it wasn't much, it wasn't like the whole thing was. I thought it was a very interesting comic. I enjoyed it. I like the villains. I maybe, like I said, it makes me want to read more of the What If Miles Morales
Mhm.
series, and it's the first one we're doing back. It's got us back into reviewing books on the Codex podcast. So maybe in the future, my rating may even go up because I remember this time when I was off, and then we came back to doing reviews on the Codex podcast. But overall, What If Miles Morales Became Captain America is a very good book. I recommend it, and I give it an 8.5.
Ooh, nice score, nice.
Now,
Um,
what about you, my friend?
I so you hit on major points where I can't really go around it. I feel like the biggest problem I have with this book is Uncle Aaron left the super soldier serum in the fridge.
Yeah, not too
That
smart.
was the most laziest writing I've ever heard in my life. Like I was like, you literally left something that can transform someone into a super soldier.
Okay,
It
good point.
hiding it, might I add, in the fridge. The only thing that goes in the fridge is milk, cookies, and Alex from Green Lantern. That is it.
I knew the reference was coming up. I
Yeah.
was waiting for that.
This is the only thing that goes in the fridges. That super soldier serum, so your nephew can find it and fall on it and be like, I am Captain
What's
America
this?
now. Yeah. I wonder what this is. It smells kind of funny. Um, so that was a big turn down for me. But I think over that, and like you kind of said, the slang, this did not do it as bad as another issue that they did. This was actually like contemporary compared to a later issue that they do.
You can mention the issue if you want.
I'd rather let the readers see, because if they're gonna buy the whole thing, I want them to be as miserable as I was on that issue. It was like the first 2 pages, and I was like, no. Um, so I think because each issue, Uncle Aaron plays a character that is significant to the corresponding role. So I think he was Winter Soldier in this, if I'm not mistaken. I tried looking, I didn't get far enough. Um, he's technically still the same thing as the Prowler to what uh, Miles is, but he's the counterpart of what he is. So like Captain America has Winter Soldier. The Wolverine one has Sabretooth as
Oh,
Uncle
okay.
Aaron. And then the third one is Hulk. He was Abomination technically. And
Okay.
then the one that I will not speak of, he was in something I won't speak of. And then and then at 5 he's the Prowler because it's back to the Spider-Man role again.
Okay.
Um, so I like the way they still stole they keep telling the story again of like him being what he lost. So every issue is what he cared about most and lost the most of, which still holds true to what Miles Morales' original character was, which is I thought was a cool little add into it because it keeps that little tidbit still alive. Um, but yeah, I think Sam Wilson should just be agent like the he should be Nick Fury. He should be lead Shield. Like 100%. That made me want him as leader of Shield. I was like, give up the Falcon wings and just go right in, bud. You're good. Because I thought he kind of stole the show
Oh.
a few times.
For with throughout the whole thing though, or
I feel like
just
there's a couple panels where it was like he took over.
oh,
So I want
okay.
to say at least like a 40% of that book, I was like, I'm with more of Sam Wilson than I am Miles Morales at this point.
Oh, okay.
So I felt like he overshadowed that aspect. It made me want a what if or a continuity change of Sam Wilson being the leader of Shield. Um, yeah, it's just. Sorry, Kevin throws something in the chat. Got distracted. My ADD. Stop it. Um, but no, it overall, I thought the artwork was good. I thought that the way they were telling the story was keen on like the Miles Morales and Captain America storyline, but intertwined well. I just couldn't get over the fridge debacle, and I couldn't get over the slang itself, and the fact that your main character of the story got overshadowed to me by a secondary character. So overall, if I had to give this an actual rating, I would give this like it'd be like a 7.25 for me, around
Okay.
there, because it's in between there, because if I say 7, it's because of the story, it's because of the fridge thing. 7.5 is because of the fact that it overshadowed with Sam Wilson. So I'm right in the middle there.
So still good,
Yeah,
yeah. 7.25
it isn't
is
a Man
still
of
good.
War.
Yeah. Extra Man of War. Well, one day we may have to continue, or at least I'll have to continue that another time. But
Yeah, you can do a Codex
later on,
review
we'll
on
have
that
to.
all you want, bud.
I might have to take that. But yeah, so what if Miles Morales became Captain America? I give it an 8.5. Jamie gives it a 7.25.
Yes.
Again, yeah. Next time we'll be reviewing another comic book.
Yeah, we're waiting for D23 to happen. If you're watching this live, that is happening, I believe, next week. If you're watching this by the weekend, it hasn't happened yet. So we will decide the book during the week that we're going to do, or story arc that we want to do. I think it'll be a single issue, but depending on D23, we might or might not have a review because there might be too much news to be covering. So,
Yeah, we'll see. Keep up with us, and I think that pretty much wraps it up. We've had a good show. We are back, man.
yes.
Been a while. We are back. Things are going good, and now we'll be on a more of a steady pace. And like we said, certain weeks things may change. It may be on a Wednesday or Tuesday. We'll keep everybody updated on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, but we are back. It's good to be back. And now
Great.
we can wrap up this episode. I say thank you, everybody. Thank you for the kind words earlier, and thank you for supporting the show and everything. Our station, the Code X
Yes.
station, not just the show, the Code X station. Thank you. You're very appreciated. And my co-host knows how to wrap the show up better than I do. So thank you again. Take care. Jamie, you can finish this thing up.
All right. Once again, thank you for everybody that jumped in today, new, old. You guys are the best. We love you so much for what you guys do for us. Guys, make sure you guys go check out the website, thecodexstation.com, your one-stop shop for everything Codex. I sound like the greatest salesman ever right there. You can find the merch. You can meet the team. You can send us a message and ask us questions if you want to. And see what everything that we are on all podcasting platforms and all social medias as well. Don't forget to check out Comic Character of the Day. Great group, great community, great people. We're in there. You can come talk to us as well. And as always, guys, be kind to one another out there. You never know what anyone's going through, and even making someone smile can change the course of their day or their life. So always be kind. And guys, it's been a while since I said this, but we will see you, or at least me, in the next one.